Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be discussing one of the most intriguing paradoxes out there, the paradox of the heap. The paradox of the heap is a classic paradox that sounds simple, but turns out to raise some deep and fundamental questions about the nature of reality. It involves a heap of sand, and it goes something like this. Imagine that we have a heap of sand in front of us. Now we remove one grain of sand from the heap, it's still a heap. If we remove another grain of sand, it's still a heap. But if we keep removing grains of sand, eventually we will reach a point where the heap is no longer a heap. So the question is, how many grains of sand do we have to remove before the heap is no longer a heap? At first this might seem like a simple question with a straightforward answer. After all, if we keep removing grains of sand from the heap, eventually we'll get down to just a few grains. And at that point, it's clearly not a heap anymore, right? Well, not so fast. The paradox of the heap actually raises some deep and fundamental questions about the nature of reality and the way we perceive the world around us. For example, what exactly is a heap? Is it a matter of quantity or is it a matter of quality? And how do we decide what counts as a heap and what doesn't? One way to approach these questions is to look at the paradox from a philosophical perspective. For example, philosophers have argued that the concept of a heap is actually a matter of degree, and that there is no objective threshold at which a heap becomes a non-heap. In other words, whether or not a pile of sand is considered a heap is largely a matter of perspective and interpretation. Another way to look at the paradox is to consider it from a mathematical perspective. In mathematics, the concept of infinity plays a key role in understanding the paradox of the heap. If we consider the number of grains of sand in the heap to be infinite, then it would seem that we could never reach a point where the heap is no longer a heap, since we could always remove just one more grain of sand without making a significant difference to the overall quantity. But this raises another question. If the heap is infinite, then how can we even begin to think about removing grains of sand from it in the first place? This paradox highlights the limitations of our finite human minds when it comes to grasping the concept of infinity. So what can we conclude from all this? The paradox of the heap is a fascinating and thought-provoking paradox that challenges our assumptions about the nature of reality and the way we perceive the world around us. It forces us to consider the role of perspective and interpretation in our understanding of the world, and it highlights the limitations of our finite human minds when it comes to grasping concepts like infinity. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the paradox of the heap. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content like this. And as always, thanks for watching.